God forbid, Nick, use a paper towel. Are you listening to me? Jesus, look at this, it's gonna stain. What do you even use to get fucking pizza grease out of a sofa? Hello, are you listening to me? Great, thanks. Do you want to help me or... I thought not. I know you think it's stupid, but this sofa actually means a lot to me, Nick. It's the first thing we bought together, do you remember? We could barely afford it and we saved for ages and ages just so we could have something that was ours in that scummy little flat we were in. Now here I am, dabbing at a giant red greasy pizza stain because you were too lazy to get a piece of bloody kitchen paper. I think I fell in love with you on this sofa. I know I'd said it a million times before, but when we bought this big thing together, I don't know, it just felt different somehow. And then we had it in our home, the place we lived together, the place we shared together. And in the middle of it was this massive statement of the fact that we were going to love each other forever. Or at least as long as a sofa lasts. How long does a sofa last? And how long's it been? How long have we had this sofa? 4 years, by the way, before you jumped to remind me. I remember seeing some stupid Miss Hinch video about how to get rid of pizza stains, or at least grubby messes left by small hands. You know, when we bought this, I did wonder if I'd ever be sat here like this, furiously trying to rub out stains that I can now see will never go away. But I never thought they'd have been from you. Nick! Why aren't you helping me? I'm sat here practically on my hands and knees trying to clean up a mess you made, trying to fix another one of your mistakes. I feel like I read something about white wine vinegar. Do we have any of that? Well, I don't think there's anything more I can do then. I think it's just going to be like this. Mrs. Hinch was wrong. There really are some stains you just can't get rid of.
Why is it? When you have the last word in an argument and walk away, it feels like you've won. But when you send the last word and they leave you unread, it feels like you've been absolutely trounced. It's probably a sign. I should probably just... Oh! Maybe I should do the rice thing. Oh, this is ridiculous. I don't know why I want to turn it on so much, just so I can know for sure that she's blanking me. Oh God. Is this normal? You know what this is? It's a panic attack. She's given me a panic attack. I bet that's exactly what she wanted. And she won't even reply. And I mean, that's her answer then, isn't it? And there's nothing more I can say to that. What more is there? Block her? She wouldn't even notice until she got a notification that I re-added her, and then she can laugh at how pathetic I am. I may as well nibble the dead skin off her smelly feet like one of those little fish. No. I'm gonna need to go full scorched earth on this. How long does the rice thing take, anyway? How long has it even been? Probably long enough now. You know what? I don't care if she doesn't reply. It's about time for her, Cole. I always invite her to things and she never actually comes. She's so self-entitled. I can barely get a word in edgeways. I really don't care if she... Oh, yeah, she can come. So... Yeah. Sorry, what was it you were saying about your baby?
I turn into a year 2 when that happens, just for a second. Mum's cooking tea, I'm doing homework, and I hear Dad's keys in the door. He's home. I better get my kit ready for training. But he's not. He won't be home now. I hear those little things sometimes. Not in a ghost story or anything. That'd be stupid. But the mind just plays tricks to make me go back to before it happened. The first time I heard his voice after the accident, I was confused and angry and happy. When I look at photos of him, it's like I can say something to him. Normally it's just a miss you, wish you were here, and that's all I can think to say. My throat goes dry, but I don't cry. But it happens every now and then. Sometimes I'm about to, but I don't. And other times, it's like when Woodsy and Boss about to go into the fire. Mum can't watch that scene without a box of tissues. It's natural, I guess. Those moments happen, and I guess they will for a while. I miss him every day. You just have to keep going. Hi, Mum. What's for tea?
Thank you to those of you who've been helping Ami and I for the past 2 days. It was a struggle to write this, but I'm going to try my best. My father was complicated. I know I'm supposed to begin by saying he was a brilliant man, but I don't think that line fully captures the extent of who he was. As most of you know, he was a respected civil engineer, one who worked abroad a lot in his early 20s, and then he met my mother, had Aya and I, and eventually we all moved back here. He came from a long line of men who created something stable for themselves despite the instability of the times. So I think it came as a shock to him when I announced I wanted to be an actor. I remember him saying, he was like, there's no need for another self-absorbed mud running around this place. But he still turned up for all the plays, the competitions. He sat through questionable short films. Someone once congratulated him for an award I'd won, and he just said, not sure he deserved it. Yeah. I don't resent that moment anymore though, because from what I gather, he probably heard a lot worse just walking around London, a place he attempted to call home. I don't know. The only thing I'm sure of though, is that you only ever scratch the surface of who your parents are. You're aware they love you, of course. But who are they as people? I never asked my dad about his childhood, his first love, or if he even enjoyed being a dad. You're all probably wondering why I'm being this honest. Well, I bare my heart today because he couldn't. Because he struggled too. And there is so much we missed out on. You know, not saying things that had to be said. I guess this is my closure. An apology. in front of the people we love, for not doing the most in the time offered to us. Tati, thank you, and good night. I will see you on the other side.
I've read your letter. I actually have it here. Wait, and I just wanted to go through it with you, Helen. I'm reading from the source here. You have the attention span of a toddler and wouldn't have noticed me if I'd have died and my rotting corpse was lying next to you. If you are referencing appendicitis gate, for the love of God, I have told you so many times, I'm sorry I wasn't there, I have apologised, but it was Eurovision. It's just not the same if you watch on catch up, okay? So, oh my God, if there's a fucking pigeon in my room again, I'm gonna go You said in your text that you left it with my new housemate. And obviously I got it. It was on the dining room table, but I'm just a bit confused because Sophie left and I haven't had a new housemate. So yeah, I'm just like, I'm wondering how that got there. But I figured it out. You still have your keys. Next time you need to get your story straight, Helen. Ugh. Who needs attention now, huh? Attention to detail. Guys and girls, please leave your comments in the section below. And Helen, sweetie, you're cancelled, okay? Mwah. Peace. Comments. Enjoyed your vid? Boring. That wasn't. Watch your back. Okay. You better watch your back, bitch. You're on the next edition for tomorrow. Ever had a free fucking speech?
I can't do this anymore. Continue being someone I'm not, pretending to be strong like a superhero, when in secret there's nothing strong about me. When I say yes to my friends, or to people, there's always a part of me that says I'm unable to go for a drink or do anything with them in person. It's so much easier to say no than it is to say yes. I'm inadequate. It's true. I want to matter. I really want to matter. And I thought I'd made it when I saved her. I can't stop looking at you to let you know I'm still here. So pathetic. So unable to care in real life. To only hold you through a phone. When I saved you, it was the most heroic thing I'd ever done. Then after a while, you lost interest in saving me. I just want to feel connected to you again. But you don't need me anymore.
Coming together, I understand this has been interesting and trying time for us all. I've decided that we, at least come as I am, I think it's time to create a new normal. I've decided that we. Let me just mute you guys. Hi! Thank you all for coming together. You said think about it. I have indeed thought about it. Whilst a large part of me feels that I work for the public, I feel I should share with you some views of some of the public. Graham from Norfolk tweeted, "I'm sick and tired of someone else telling me what me and my family should think and what is or isn't normal." Diane from the Midlands is quoted as saying, "Of course people can do what they want, but can't they do it away from the normal people?" A kiss is not and should not be negotiable. It's monumental, and it's a decision I'm proud to make, regardless of any backlash we get. Same-sex relationships should go unquestioned and be supported the same way we support Ron and Hermione, Jasmine and Aladdin, Kermit and Miss Piggy. Our young viewers should be rooting for Misha and Shelley the same way that we've been rooting for Ross and Rachel for years. Look, as long as it's age appropriate and suitable for our characters, I don't know why we would question it. Someone is going to do it at some point. Someone has to. A kiss is just a fucking kiss.
Sometimes I feel so consumed that I forget to think about others. And I'll swing the other way and think about everybody in the world. I'll be in McDonald's, it's not even that busy, and I will look around at all these teenagers and 20-somethings all born after me, and I just can't cope with how many people there are in the world. I mean, it hits me. I'll start hyperventilating, it physically hits me, and I will look around at these kids, having kids, and then trying to get a job, trying to pass the driving test, putting another car on the road, getting a house, getting into debt, and just adding more and more clutter to the world. And then my mind convinces me that they're all better than me and they're all way more confident than me, and that's when I have to stop, because I feel like I might die.
You know, I always imagined I'd end up with someone strong, someone who could just really cope with everything that life throws at them and who never thinks the same way that I do. A plumber, a labourer maybe, I don't know. Someone just happy to turn up and do their job and not have any massive dreams that nearly always end up being unattainable.
When I was younger, I went on holiday with my mum and dad, and I met this couple. Him, just out to sea in his Calvin Klein underwear. Not even trunks, just proper underwear. I thought he was the most beautiful man that I'd ever seen. Honest to God, I wanted to know everything about him. Turns out he was on his honeymoon with his wife. Typical. And I knew right there that I could never attract someone like that. Sometimes I think my mind plays tricks on me. It convinces me that friends aren't really friends. They're just there for some bullshit reason that you've made up in your head. I go through life collecting things. Experiences, people that I work with, people that I have sex with. And my mind tells me that they're not really friends. They're just people in the same world as you. And that's when I have to stop it before I suffocate. And things go back to normal.
I'm afraid it is the result neither of us wanted for you. Believe me, I've done enough of these to know that there's no point beating around the bush. Early onset dementia. That's the diagnosis. Yes, it will be a tough road ahead. Days will go by when you'll forget to drink a single glass of water. You won't recognise the ones you love. You won't even know your own thoughts. What is a thought anyway? Is it voluntary or involuntary? Something that happens on its own. Intrusive thoughts. Well, that's another thing. You're driving along and then suddenly you get the urge to go off course into a fatal crash. Intrigued by the sound it will make and the pain it will cause. Then you cut that daydream short and you keep driving till you reach your destination. Oh, for God's sake, don't start crying. Get a grip. Don't you appreciate the wonderful life you've led? The multiple affairs, the beautiful men you lured to your bed. You didn't give a single fuck. You lived your life the way you wanted to and helped others when you could. Weren't you on that mission to eradicate polio in Africa? Don't reduce yourself to this. Save your tears for something actually heartbreaking, like, I don't know, still being fat after spending thousands of pounds on plastic surgery. You can hear that, right? Listen harder. There. Your body is fighting to keep you alive all the time. I know, it's hard to believe when it betrays you every now and then. It's frightening when memories fade and when reality is incomprehensible. But remember this, your heart will fight for you until the bitter end. Better? Now don't do that again. You know how ugly you are when you cry.
I don't see colour. Oh, that's nice. But, oh, wait. I spy, with my big brown eyes, you've carefully organised your outfit today. Cream trainers, green trousers, white top, red blazer. So what you mean is you avoid seeing race. You pull a confused face. Your eyes dart from side to side as you start to wonder why You feel intellectually terrorised. You, white liberal, who shares info about sweatshops online despite the fact that you're currently wearing Nikes. You, white liberal, who considers himself well-read as you remember all the white male authors stacked on the table beside your bed. You, white liberal, who's starting to think that this isn't funny. You, white liberal, who just loves a good curry. Before you try turn and make haste, I remind you that chicken tikka masala was made for the white man's taste. I don't see colour. Who told you it was alright to whitewash the space I occupy? You laugh and reply, "This is England, mate." Yo. Don't you know that part of what makes Britain great is the fact it was built off black backs and brown shoulders? So don't sit there and sigh when we watch Dunkirk and I ask, where are the Punjabi soldiers? If histories are webs of significance spun by man for his own needs, then those webs present a notoriously white sheen, sticking to our grey matter, conditioning us to believe white is right and black lives don't matter. Know your history. Know that it affects mine, and the two have been intertwined since before 1599. So when you, white liberal, tell me you don't see race, that we're all one colour, you need to understand that the history in my bones, body and face is something you will never erase.